Happy Wednesday! I have your update this week, guys, and it's a good one. This week we've been having our vision sharing meetings. I think that they are going so well. Meeting with you all individually, I think, is very impactful, and we've been able to share ways that you can be involved. I can't wait to get some feedback from you on how you feel about things and how you do want to be involved. I think, again, they're just going really well. I'm very proud of our team for slowing down and taking the time to do that. I think it's great. Really, really proud of us. So moving on, I want to jump into a couple things that we've got this week that we've accomplished. Just yesterday on Tuesday, we finished installing our turf in the resort runs, the condos and the suites. That's looking really good, and we have just a few little finishing touches to put on those to finish updating that area. Now we're moving on to the grooming room as well. And next week we'll begin installing some pools in the doggy daycare yard, putting some gravel and preparing to add more turf out there. So things are moving right along at the resort. We will be heading into spring break time very soon, so I'm eager to get a lot of these projects off the ground before then. It just feels so good to be freshening up such a booming space and having team really excited about awesome pet care and new stuff in those areas. So that's going really, really well. Thanks for everybody who's contributed or sacrificed to make that happen. Very, very grateful to you. Also, later this week, we have a new team member joining us. Her name is Kristen Corns. She's joining our customer care team, and we are very excited to meet and welcome Kristen. So welcome aboard. The next thing that I wanted to share is upcoming this weekend. We have our crawfish boil, and I'm very pumped about that. We'll be having that in our new space for the playground, which is really just behind our last gravel lot. So what we're asking everybody to do is park in the gravel lots and you'll walk over. Hopefully once you get there, you'll hear the music and smell the crawfish and you'll know just where to go. If you really need an address, it's 118 Noel Street, just behind the practice. So we'll help you get there. Again, park in the gravel lot, use those parking spaces appropriately. Hopefully what we can do is the day team that works on Saturday, go ahead and park on the pavement against the shed, starting there and working your way back towards Perard Street, and that'll free up both gravel lots for parking during the crawfish boil. Crawfish boil starts at 3 o'clock. And we're going to go until 9. And I'm really excited for a couple things that we're going to do this boil. So hopefully you're prepared to participate. Earlier this week, we passed around some little foam cups with lids and asked you to bring some soil or dirt from home, just a little piece of your home to represent you and all your contributions towards this great effort that we're building the playground. I like the idea of leaving a little piece of each of you and your families and your home in a space where so many good times are going to be had in the future, from our team parties to dogs just loving life every day. So hopefully you can participate in that way. Don't forget your cups. We'll remind you when it gets closer too. Also, throughout the boil, we're going to be doing a lot of minute to win it games. If you used to come on retreats with us, you know that these minute to win it games are super fun, and they are a chance to show off all of our cute competitive sides and physical abilities, mental abilities, and strategies. I think it's just a ton of fun. So we're going to be doing minute to win it games really throughout the whole time. I was going to publish a little agenda, but we came up with so many games, I think an agenda would be overwhelming. So I'm just going to say this: come in comfortable clothes, come ready to play and hang out. We're going to be doing those all throughout our time. We'll have other things going on too. But if you just want to relax and eat some crawfish, we've got plenty of that too. I'm really excited for this crawfish boil, and I hope that you can make it. It's going to be a great time for us, and I think we need that as a practice right now. I wanted to go into a couple pieces of advice and opportunities where I see that we can do better, that I've specifically found this week. One is I want to make sure that we are really advocating for cats in our practice. And I think that we've become a little complacent with that. It's one thing to say that we're a cat-friendly practice and we have a cat-friendly area, but if we're not using it that way, that's not what we are and that's not what we have. So I need our team to really work together to make sure that we're able to follow through with this and really shine in this area. Twice this week so far, I've walked into the lobby and seen dogs waiting in the cat waiting area while cats have to wait somewhere else. Even one specifically, I watched a client come in and she knew to go over to that area, and her cat really became panicked when it faced a dog over there. So I need all of our team to really advocate for cats. Please do not be shy to ask a dog to move over to the dog area so that a cat can sit in the cat area. I think that that's a perfect thing to do. It's all of our jobs to advocate for our patients, so I'm not sure why that's not happening yet. Just please know that that is your place, and that's my expectation for you. I had another client who pointed out after her visit, she called to tell me that she had to sit in the lobby with a barking dog, meanwhile her cat was in distress, and that our team offered to take her cat to the treatment room but didn't offer to put her into an exam room. So that's a very clear alternative to having a cat have to sit there and listen to a barking dog. One, you could put the barking dog in an exam room. The second thing that you could do, that's my preference also, is to put the client and a cat in the exam room. We almost always have time for this. There's almost always a way to make this happen. So please find a way. I've also offered barking dogs to go for a walk outside and we'll come and find them. There's all kinds of things that you can do. You just have to be brave enough to advocate for our patients. If you'd like advice or maybe like a private lesson on doing this, I always will make time for this, as well as our other managers. Just know that it's our expectation of you and that we have to do that. So I'm expecting that going forward. Advocate for those cats in our practice. They really deserve peace and fear-free visits, just like everyone else does. So please get better at that. Another thing that I want to mention, and you can laugh this off, you can think that it's not you, but it's really, really important. I've seen and heard of a lot of us skipping the step of washing our hands. This is so critical, y'all. Infection control takes a real concerted effort, and we are a hospital and pet resort. You're handling pets, you're dealing with pets with wounds or post-operative incisions, all these things. I want to see you washing your hands. I am not scared to burn through some soap as a practice. It is really, really important. Wash your hands before you eat. Wash your hands before you handle a patient, between patients. Wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. This is a little bit embarrassing for our practice, but I have to share. I got feedback from a client that we had 2 team members during her visit go to the bathroom in the lobby and come out without washing their hands. Now, some of you may be thinking, just like I was, how did she know that? Well, she knew because you can hear the toilet flushing and you can hear the sink running. And so if you hear the toilet flush but don't hear the sink run, you know that step was skipped. Really, really embarrassing, very critical. Very sad that coincidentally that person was also here for a post-operative infection. So those 2 things may not be related, but in her mind, they were. Clients know, you know, do better. I don't want to have to say that again. It's uncomfortable to address that part of hygiene and infection control, but I'll keep saying it until we're better for it. Wash your hands. You deserve it, and our patients deserve it, and I want that better immediately. I also want to make sure that we're always taking client concerns seriously. More feedback from clients, because this is how we improve. I think we're wonderful. They think we're wonderful. But occasionally people sometimes can feel that we don't take them seriously. And this can come across by a lack of listening, missing details, maybe shrugging something off that you think you know is minor, but they know it to be critical. And I think that this happens with our practice because we're busy. And I never want to become too busy to hear someone's concerns. So I'd like you all to practice this one technique. It has served a lot of us very well for a long time. Something that our doctors and managers are very brilliant at that I would like to see carried through our entire practice. And it's repeating what you heard. So people know that you're listening when you stop and you say, I want to make sure that I got that right, that I'm understanding you. And you can summarize and repeat back what they just said. This is so important because it makes you slow down and ensure that you got every detail, and it conveys to the client that every detail was important to you and everything be taken seriously and critical. I never want to hear you laugh or shrug something off and say, oh, I know you think that's a big deal, but it's really not. You guys have no idea, or maybe you do if you can put yourself in a client situation. If it's important enough for them to call to express their concern about, it's important enough for you to address how important that was. When you shrug something off, you're diminishing the behavior of them calling, which really negates everything that we're about. We want people to call and share their concerns with us. We want to help them through those concerns. You could say, in a sense, that's our entire reason for existence. So you have to get better at listening and making sure. And maybe you're good at it 99% of the time. But to that 1%, you failed them 100% of the time. So you have to be good at 100% of the time listening. So try the repeating technique. Maybe other things that you can do are sum up a phone call or a visit with what your next step is, what your plan is, by saying, you know, this really sounds serious. I'm going to leave a message of this way and this time, and I'm going to make sure that I follow up on it. If you don't hear back from someone else, you will hear back from me, and then make it a point to do that. These are ways that we can convey how important every call is to us. You guys, I'm going to say it this simply. If our phone is not ringing, our practice is actively dying. So you have to make sure that you're listening to those. And I've said it almost every update for the last 6 weeks. It is not just our customer care team's job to take care of phone callers. That is their primary job, but it's not only their job. It's everyone's job. So we have to make sure that we're really mastering this art, all of us, and that we're doing it and doing a great job with it. So please be better in this area immediately. Really great news. I met with Lily this week, and she is completely ready to take over dog training and really start marketing it in a big way. So we're going to do that in the upcoming weeks. She's going to start by really focusing on private lessons and board and train. This is the area where she's going to shine the most, and there will be other parts of her practice that she'll be able to continue to develop, but I'm really excited. This is nothing really new. We've offered dog training before, but I think that Lily's approach is going to be very unique. She's talking about health and wellness for pets and really focusing on the human-animal bond, which I absolutely love that approach and that mindset that she has. And she's also really sharp at representing herself and marketing herself. So I'm really excited to introduce that to you in that way. Lily's niche is going to be basic manners and behavior management for pets. So this doesn't mean incredibly extreme situations. This means that she's going to be really great at manners and good citizenship and trick training. Those are things that she's going to absolutely thrive in. So you know, if you have a client who's like, yeah, my dog barks incessantly and I can't make it stop, or jumps on people, those are things that you can immediately target Lily for. She will continue to offer puppy classes as well, and we'll announce the dates of those as they come up. But I'm really excited to see her get started. Please continue to refer to her. Using her work list message is the absolute best way to do this so that she can connect with clients individually, make sure that she'll meet their needs and get things started for them. So great job, Lily. We are so excited to see you continue to grow in this area. All right, guys, that is our update for this week. I think it's a good one. I'm really excited on the things that we're doing and how we're connecting as a team and growing. Please make sure that you're paying attention to cats and that you're paying attention to clients. They really, really deserve it from you. That's my expectation of you this week, is to find ways that you can do better with those things. So get out there and get started. Y'all have a good one.